It's Sarah, and it's time for our live video chat and celebration. Now, you may wonder what we're celebrating, right? So, on my YouTube channel, we have reached over 20,000 subscribers. And for those of you who are big bloggers, that may not be a whole lot, but it's a lot to me. And I'm very excited for every single person who has taken the time to subscribe and to watch my videos. And before we get into the giveaways, I have a few other things that I want to talk about. Well, you know, Sunday is Mother's Day, so I've got my Mother's Day mug. Isn't that cute with the little tulips? Well, don't forget your mom this week on Mother's Day or around Mother's Day. And just remember, most moms don't really care if you get them a big, gift. I don't. I'm not big on violets or roses or big vases of flowers, although I wouldn't mind a potted plant. I like those. But just remember your moms love you, and give them a phone call or a card, or make a card, something simple, just to pass on that love to your mom. Or if you're a mom or you're a grandmom and you want to remind those that are the mothers of your grandchildren, they'd probably like a thank you also. So spread the love, I guess is what I'm saying for Mother's Day. Well, good morning, everybody. I see Samantha and Susie and Kimberly and Lisa and Jennifer and Sharon so far. It looks like a few more are popping in. And like I said, today is our celebration day. And I'm also going to get into those giveaways in just a second. I wanted to tell you the funniest story. I went to the dentist last week, I think Wednesday or Thursday, just a basic cleaning or whatever. And she was asking me if I floss. And of course I lied and said, sure, every day, twice a day. She's like, no, you don't. I don't like flossing. I have sensitive gums, and I don't like them to bleed. And so she says, not goes. My hygienist, she says, well, there's this Listerine floss, and it's called woven floss. And I said, oh, I've never heard of that. She said it'd be a lot more gentle on your gums. She said it looks like yarn. Do you know what yarn looks like? I was like, yeah, I think I do know what yarn looks like. And she's like, what's so funny? And I said, well, basically I told her, I do design crochet patterns, and I work with yarn every day, all day long, and she goes, well, then you'll know what to look for, because it looks like yarn woven together, the way yarn is spun. And I got a real good laugh out of that, because she was just so funny. She's like, do you know what yarn looks like? I thought that was great. So anyway, I just wanted to share that funny story, because anywhere you go, there's yarn everywhere. And I mean, twine, rope, floss. To me, it's all yarn, because you can crochet with all of it. So then I got this idea. I need to find some of that floss and see if I can come up with some sort of silly crochet pattern. I didn't find it when I went to the Walmart. So I'm going to head over to Walgreens. I have to go there anyway. So I'm going to see if they have it at Walgreens. But anyway, I thought that was the funniest thing. All right. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about is a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the front and the back loops of our beginning chain. And some people were confused as to what is the bottom bump. And so I'm going to do a real quick demonstration and just kind of go over again, front loop, back loop, and then explain what the bottom bump is, because I don't want you to be confused. I want you to be confident in your crochet. All right, so let me pop down over here. And I've already got some big fat yarn out in my big needle, or I should say crochet hook. I've always called them a crochet needle since I can remember. And a lot of people get frustrated when people call it a crochet needle, but I don't care. It's a crochet hook. All right, so I'm just going to start with a quick slip knot here. And I'm using this big yarn because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing and understand the front loop, back loop, and bottom bump. All right, so I've just crocheted a chain. And if you remember, the loops on the top of this chain, and I'm calling it the top, this is the top, there's two loops. The loops that are on this side that are facing you, those are your front loops. Sounded like Fruit Loops. That's a good way to remember it. The loops that are on the back side are called the back loops. And you can, depending on what the pattern tells you to do, you can crochet in the front or the back. I did that backwards. The front or the back loops. Well, I had a few questions about, well, where's the bottom bump? So what you would do if you're going to crochet in the bottom bump, see here's the top, you'd turn it over. And on the bottom, down the center, are some loops. Those are called the bottom bumps of your chain. And it's a really good technique to crochet in them because you get this braid that sits on the front. Let me make some stitches real quick. I'm just going to make some double crochet stitches. I'm going to turn it over and go right in that bottom bump. And I'm just going to crochet some double crochets. And if you're from outside of America, all of my techniques and stitches are American terms, just in case you don't know that. Alrighty, let me make a few more. And it is a little more time consuming, but you get a really neat result. Because when you stitch a row, see here's my row of double crochet, you get a braid or a row of stitches. I like to call it a braid because I think it looks like a braid, right across the bottom. And it's a really neat technique to do a hat or a blanket or something like that. And so I wanted to just do that real quick demonstration so that you could see the difference between the bottom bump, the front loop, and the back loop. Normally when you begin a project, your pattern may say chain 10 and one double crochet in the fourth chain and then double crochet across the rest. Well, you would just normally crochet across those top bumps or loops. And unless the pattern tells you front loop or back loop, front loop, FLO, front loop only, back loop, BLO, back loop only. But if they want you to crochet in that bottom bump, it will tell you that in the pattern. Now I have, a lot of times if it doesn't tell you that in the pattern, in the crochet pattern, and I want that effect, I'll go ahead and do it. And you'll see that it really makes a really neat effect. If you're just making a basic hat or headband, you get a nice braid across that edge. And it looks really nice, has a really finished look. It works for washcloths and hot pads and lots of different things. So I wanted to make sure that was cleared up because there was a little confusion. And I always say, I know we've always heard that practice makes perfect, but I always say that practice makes confidence. The more you crochet, even if you make mistakes, I make mistakes too. Keep going. Don't give up. Keep trying because it's a beautiful art. And even if you do make a mistake, it's okay. If it's fine there and it's not noticeable, just keep right on going. And I am planning on doing a video in a couple of weeks, just to kind of depends on how things fall, how to fix some of those boo-boos that happen without having to take out the whole thing. Maybe if you missed a bobble stitch or double crochet or something. Sometimes it can't be fixed, but sometimes it can without having to take the whole thing out. I'm going to call it my cheater class. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just ways to fix mistakes that we all make. We get to watching TV or watching a movie or listening to music or have a conversation. We might skip a stitch. And sometimes there are ways that you can fix those. All righty. Did everybody clink in? Let me make sure. Clinkety clink clink. All righty. For some reason, it's just not giving me all my comments. Oh, well. All righty. So, are you ready to find out what the giveaways are about? Well, we talked about this a few weeks ago, and the giveaway is yarn, of course. Over on the YouTube channel, we have reached 20,000 subscribers. I said that earlier. And so I have some things that I want to give away. And I talked about the, grab this up here. These sets that I purchased, I've got 2 of them. And we're going to be giving away 2 of them. You'll see it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, which is 10 skeins of cotton yarn. And it's Premier Home cotton yarn. It's called the Candy Pack. My kind of candy. No calories, high in fiber. Where I'm going to be giving away 2 of these. I've got them right here. And I got one for me too. I purchased 3 of them. Cotton yarn, gotta love it. All right, so then I have another giveaway in this box. Is a mystery box of yarn. I'll give you a little sneak peek. It's got 10 skeins of yarn in it, just like the other ones have 10, and it's a mystery box, and so you won't know what's in it. They're all brand new skeins, never used. There's some cotton, there's some scrubby yarns, there's some thick and some thin. Just a great combination of different kinds of yarn, and that's something else that we're going to be giving away. So, your next question is, how do I win them, right? All you have to do to win those yarns, or be eligible to win those 3 packages of yarn, is comment on the YouTube video. Now you can comment here, and that's fine. But because it's a YouTube celebration, I would really like for you to comment over on the YouTube channel on this video. Now, it's not over there right now because we're just now making it because it's live, right? So you'll have to wait a little bit until I get it over there. When we're done with today's video, I'll edit it and try to get it up as quick as possible. Alrighty, I'm really not seeing your comments today. I don't know why. There we go. Now I'm seeing them. I see all the clink-ins. Alrighty. Seeing if I missed anyone. Jeannie, Debbie, Louise, Tina, Louise. What a beautiful name. That's like on Gilligan's Island, isn't it? Tina Louise. I love that. So I'm so glad you're all here. I see all the comments now. Oh my goodness. I don't know what Facebook's doing with their live video, but I just can't see all the comments anymore. So anyway, that's the giveaways. What we're going to do is randomly choose from that YouTube video, comments below it, 3 winners just randomly. And what I usually do is have my granddaughter just go pick some names, and she'll pick this one and this one and this one. So, and she can read. So if you want her to pick you, say, pick me, pick me. She's 5, but she is a smarty pants. That girl knows math, and she can read. She can tell you history. So yes, that girl is a smarty pants. And I like to have her choose because she doesn't know any of you. So you know it's not going to be fixed or anything. And I really don't like to use those random picker machiney computer things. I don't like using those because it's just one other thing I have to deal with. And I'd rather just randomly choose you all. Alrighty, so that's the giveaway. I'm going to announce next Tuesday at our live video who those 3 winners are. And I won't contact you. What we'll do is I'll give you my email address, and you can email me. I'll know your name. And then you can just email me your name and address and which prize that you won. And then we'll send it right out. And I'm going to be sending it USPS. You can see. I do all my shipping through them. I think in all the 10 years that I have shipped things out, I think I might have lost 1 package. And it was because the address was wrong. So you can see I rarely ever lose a package. So those won't get lost. All right. So what's new at Posh Pooch Designs this week? If you look behind me, that's one of my new wraps. I'm calling it the Cotton Picnic Wrap. And it's really neat. It starts real small and gets great big and only increases on one side. Really simple to make. And it's made out of the cotton Karen cakes, and you'll need 2. And the neat thing about it is you can use it to, like, if you're out on if you're out for the day at the beach or in a swimming pool and your shoulders might be getting a little sunburnt and you're sitting there, you can wrap it over your shoulders. It's cotton, so it's not going to be heavy. Or you can wrap it around your waist to use as just a little mini skirt wrap. So if you're out with your friends and you really don't want to run around your bikini, you can wrap that around your waist. You can put it around your shoulders. And I just thought it was a fun summer wrap to make. And that video is not out there yet. It will be coming this week. And I'm really excited about it because it's really easy. And once you start it, you're like, oh, this is super duper easy. And you need 2 Karen cakes. It takes both of them. So cool. And you can see it's got that little, I don't know if you can see it with my chair, it's got a little tussle on the one end. So it's just really fun and cute and playful, I thought. All right, so that's one thing that's new this week. And then yesterday, What if I get one of my dogs to come here? Maximo, come here. They're both out cold. Come here, buddy. Let me grab him, because I want you to see. Here's my Mr. Maximo. And we did, see how good he is. He's such a good boy. We did the baseball bandana crochet pattern yesterday. It's super easy. And you can also make it into one that looks like a basketball. And I have a football one out there if you want to make one. These are super fun. And one thing that a friend of mine was doing is she was making these in her school colors for her children, because everyone has dogs, and you can make them. The pattern has 2 sizes, but you can make it as big as you want so that it can fit any size dog or pet, cat even. And she was selling them at her school fundraiser, and I think she was selling them for like $5. And she made a whole bunch of these, and they did really well. And she used school colors. She made the football, the basketball, and the baseball. I don't have the football with me here. It's in the drawer. But anyway, we did that yesterday. It's a free pattern, and the video's up, and it's just super fun. You know, a fun way, and they don't mind them because they just slide right on and right off. All right, you can go lay down, Maximo. Mwah. Oh, Rosie wants to say hi. Come here. Come here. She gets so jealous. Come here. Here she is. Say hello. She just wants to lick me. For some reason, she's the funniest little pooch. Get over there on your bed, girl. She's the funniest little pooch. If I'm wearing lipstick, she wants to lick the gloss right off my lips. All right, let me grab this down here. I know, we got a ton of things going on. But I did this one on Thursday or Friday. I can't remember which day. Thursday, I think. And this is just super fun to make. And I like to make it, this size I think is the 6 to 8 inch. And these are great if you like to do herbs and hang them like outside. And I do. I went and picked up rosemary, oregano, mint. You got to get mint, because if you live out in the country like we do and you have mice that want to come in, mice hate mint. Get you a couple of mint plants and set them around your house. The mice will go away. We get these teeny tiny ones. They're so cute, and I don't want to kill them, but I don't want them in my house either. Anyway, so we did this, and this is made out of craft cord. You can use jute, or you can use a thick crochet yarn as well. So there, and someone else, what was the other thing someone asked me? Jute? Did I just say that? That's what it was. She asked me if she could use jute or twine. I'm like, sure. And they whip up really fast. You can add all kinds of beads and decorations to them and make them really, really pretty. Now, I hang everything up outside as much as I can if it's not on my deck, because we have deer and we have bunnies, and they just eat everything. When we first moved here, we've been here, I want to say in this house about 5 years. And we first moved here, I had these huge pots out on my front, and I put lettuce in one and kale in the other. And I like to do that. I like to grow stuff in pots. And then I would go out there and I'd gather a handful of lettuce and a handful of spinach, a handful of pots. A handful of kale, make a salad. I went out there one morning and they were shaved off. Zoom, like this. And I'm like, well, the deer like those. I wasn't thinking. They're on my deck now. So anyway. The other thing I wanted to show you is, of course, our chicken. I called this Cluck the Chicken Pot Holder. And remember, these are made in acrylic yarn. But if you're going to use them to put on anything hot, like a hot pot or hot pan, make sure you make them out of cotton. Because acrylic, when it gets warmed up, likes to melt and can be very dangerous. You can also double them, like if you're going to make 2, you can put 2 of them together to make them even thicker and then put the edge on. So, I mean, it has a lot of options of making those Cluck the Chickens. And that was another one in my series, because I love to do vintage things with a new twist. And that was one of that one that we did. Okay, lots going on. The last thing I wanted to show you is I got this week these yarns. Look how big these are. And I was going to see if it has ounces. Let's see. 14 ounces. Red Heart sent me 2 of these and 2 of these, and I'm real excited. I'm going to be doing a whole layette. I think it's called a layette. I'm going to be making a baby blanket with a hood, and I'm going to do like some booties and some mitts, maybe a hat, and some other things to go along with this. And the neat thing about this yarn, it's called Bunches of Hugs. It's considered a baby yarn, but it's a number 4, and I really like that because a lot of the baby yarn, it's really soft too. I wanted to tell you that. Really soft. And a lot of the baby yarns are a 3 or sometimes a 2. And they're pretty, they come up really nice. But one of the things that people say a lot is they don't want big holes in their baby blankets or their baby things. And so that's why I really love that these are a number 4. Alrighty, so that is the new yarn this week. And let me make sure I went over everything with you. Dental floss, bottom bump, celebration, the wrap. Yep, I sure did. The last thing I wanted to leave you with is just a quote that my mother used to say. My mom's passed on. She's in heaven celebrating Mother's Day up there with my sister. That my sister passed away this last year. So they're up there together celebrating. That's what I like to say. They're going to celebrate Mother's Day together. And so I want to give you a quote that my mom used to say. My mom had a rough couple of years because she went through cancer, but she had a great outlook on life. And I learned so much from her and her attitude. And she said, be the reason someone smiles today. And my mom always was happy. She loved to give hugs. She would hug anybody. And I'm kind of the opposite. I'm not a huggy person. Well, my comments have stopped again. Let me see if I can get those to go. There we go. So anyway, I wanted to leave you with a happy note today. I know we have a lot going on. And as I go, I just want to remind you to comment underneath this video on the YouTube channel to be entered into our prizes. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, just click that little subscribe button and hit that bell, as that tells YouTube that you want to be notified when I put out another free YouTube video, pattern, or live video for you. Because I do this, sure, it's fun, and I might make a little money off the ads, and I do that so that I can pay for, you know, little incidentals, my webpage, things like that. But I couldn't do this without all of you. And I have learned so much in the last year. And I feel like as we've grown and my videos have changed, and I'm thinking they're better than they used to be. You know, one time I was going to delete a bunch of the old ones, and I asked a few friends, and they're like, no, just leave them. You know, I'm like, okay. So anyway, I might be covering a lot of the old stuff again just because they're, you know, when I first started, and they're a little, So anyway, I just want to thank all of you for being a part of my Posh Pooch Designs YouTube crochet channel. And remember, be the reason someone smiles today. Have a great week.